Morning, everybody. Hope you're having a really great start to your day, and I hope that you are happy to start your Monday off. Today, we're going to start on our mats, but we're going to start standing. I figured that today would be a good day to just wake the body up to start the week. And it's a really good way to remind yourself how you want to be throughout the entire week. If we start our day, start the beginning of the week off with the movement that we want to seek throughout the week, we're more likely to show back up for that movement. So let's go ahead and take a breath. Let me start my timer here, or we'll end up going on for hours. But we'll go ahead and start standing and have the feet grounded into the floor, whatever surface that you are practicing on. So close the eyes. As you feel the balls of the feet pressing down into the floor, feel the inner thighs rotate inward towards one another. That's really going to firm the thighs up. I want you to feel like the kneecaps are lifting up the legs without hyperextending and pressing the knees back. And then the center of the chest, the sternum, lift that up towards the chin. And then you're going to rotate the palms to face forward and the fingers are spread nice and wide. So as we come into mountain pose, I want you to feel nice and firm, nice and strong. And then if the eyes are closed, hopefully you can close the eyes, maybe lean up against something if your balance is off this morning. But take a few breaths here. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just want you to start shifting onto your mat, shifting away from where you've come and arriving completely in this moment. So we'll take our cleansing breaths together, bring the hands together in front of the heart, lift up through the center of the chest. Take a big, deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale to sigh it out. And then again, inhale. And open mouth, exhale. And then again, see if you can breathe in a little deeper. And then exhale slowly and exhale more air out of the body. And then seal your lips. Bring all of your awareness to your conscious breath, breathing in and out of the nose. And then you'll take one more full conscious breath here. And blink the eyes open. Let's sweep the arms out and up. Feel the palms touch overhead. Press the hips forward just slightly so you can feel that little stretch in front of the hips. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Feel the palms touch overhead. Press the hips forward. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. And then let's add on. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Press the hips forward. As you exhale, I want you to sit back into chair pose. Soften the shoulders down the back. Rotate the pinkies in. And then sit a little bit lower here. So the back of the neck, I like to keep it long. A lot of times people are looking up into their palms, but I feel like that puts a little bit of pressure on the cervical vertebrae. So see if you can think about the back of the neck long. And then take another breath, maybe sit a little lower, bring the arms a little bit closer in line with the ears. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down. Soften the hands down to the floor. And then you're going to widen the feet a little bit wider than the hips, just so you have a little bit more stability here. Hands are going to come behind the back. I want you to interlace the fingers, and you can rest the hands on the, that sun's right in my eyes there. Rest the hands on the low back. Roll the weight into the toes to start. I want you to tuck the chin, and then just feel the heart coming closer to the thighs, the lengthening of the low back. You'll take another full breath. And then maybe start to lift the thumbs off of the low back up towards the ceiling. You want to be careful not to hyperextend in the elbows here as well. But as you do this, you can straighten the arms as much as possible and reach the knuckles up towards the ceiling. And then again, roll the weight into the toes. Heart comes closer to the front of the legs. And then soften the shoulders. Maybe think about the collarbone moving away from the chin. And breathe. Take another full breath. I want you to release the hands all the way down for the floor. And depending on where you are, come into a plank pose or top of a push-up. So if that's not working for you this morning to start, because I know some of you don't like plank poses, you can always drop your knees down. It's the same pose because you're still pressing the ground away. The core is still engaged, so you still want to keep the belly button pulling to the spine. But as you start to find that stability in the core and the arms, you can always start to straighten through the legs. The other option too is just to bring one down, alternating one knee at a time, so you still have that position with the legs and the arms. And wherever you choose to be, belly button is engaged. Everyone is reaching the heart forward, but then feel the shoulder blades move down the back away from the ears. And you're pressing the floor away from you with the palms. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Settle here wherever you are. And then I want you to inhale, rock the shoulders past the wrists, wherever you are. You can be on your knees and you're still doing this. And then I want everyone to exhale and lower halfway. So you're coming in line with the elbows, even if you're on your knees. And then drop all the way down. Extend your legs out if you're on your knees. Come into a cobra pose. So the hands are typically in line with the chest. And then I want you to keep the palms spread wide. I didn't really have to move my palms at all. I want you to hug the elbows back. Sometimes when we come down into cobra, the shoulders creep up to the ears. So roll them down the back, create that space. And then tops of the feet press into the floor, pubic bone presses into the floor. We're lifting through the back of the head. Gaze stays down at the floor or towards your mat. And then think again, lengthening the back of the neck. And I talk about this a lot, but think of how much time we're on our phones and our head is hanging forward, or when we drive, or when we're sitting on our computer. So this just helps to remind us to bring our body in alignment. I know this is a little bit intense, so lift one more little millimeter up, next breath in through the back of the head. And then exhale to release everything. On the inhale, you're going to tuck the toes, firm the legs, and firm the core. Press the palms down into the floor and roll the shoulder blades back. Take another breath in. And then with your exhale, with or without the knees, you'll press into downward facing dog. So you can press into plank, you can do whatever feels good here. Maybe walk out your dog. You can shake your head from side to side. And then just take a couple of breaths here to start to settle into the pose. And then on your inhale, let's raise the right leg up. Look forward and plant the foot between the palms. Find your runner's lunge here. Soften the shoulders down the back and then really reach through that left heel. Take a big, deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keep reaching the heart forward. One more round of breath here. And then let's rotate the left heel down. And then you're going to find that front heel to back arch alignment. And first, before you come up into Warrior Two, seal the outer edge of that pinky side foot to the mat. So you're kind of pressing through the outer edge of the mat instead of dumping the weight to the inner ankle. And then you're going to use the left arm. When you come up, I want you to windmill up to Warrior Two using your breath. Sink into the front knee. Feel the shoulder blades move down the back. And then you're going to point that knee towards the middle or second or middle toe. And then as you reach the fingertips in opposite directions, Lift the belly button up towards the chin and then sink down a little bit more. So you want to try and find the torso right in the center of the legs and then soften through the jaw. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe start to sink a little bit deeper into the pose. And then keep the legs straight, or straighten through that front leg. Keep the arms straight. And then I want you to drive the ball of the right foot down into the floor and then reach the fingertips forward. Try and keep the arms as straight as possible. And then again, be careful of this right knee, this front knee from hyperextending. Right hand can come down to the shin or to the floor. Maybe you have a block you can use. And then that left arm can go straight up, finding triangle pose. If it feels better to have the left hand at the hip instead of extended, you can do that as well. And then the right ribs, bottom ribs closest to the floor, are rotating up towards the ceiling. And then find your pose here. Take a full cycle of breath. One more full round. And then look down towards the front foot. Put a little bend in the knee. That left hand is going to come down, and I want you to step the back foot forward to meet the right. You're going to come into a forward fold at the front of the mat. You can grab onto opposite elbows here. You can let the head hang and the hands hang. And just do whatever feels good to feel length in the torso. Maybe notice the difference in that right and left side of the body. And then release the hands for the floor. Inhale, find a flat back, reach the heart forward. And then exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees. Step back into plank or table for a moment, and then come into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then on your next inhale, opposite leg is going to lift. Left leg reaches up. Look forward and plant the foot between the palms. Stay on the back toe crease. Reach the heart forward. Soften the shoulders down the back. Keep that right leg nice and firm. Take another deep breath here. And then spiral the right heel down to the floor. Make sure that the front heel intersects with the back arch. Ground down into the left foot. And then when you're ready, the inhale, you'll use your right arm to come all the way up. Make sure that the back foot is sealed to the floor. Arms extend away from one another in opposite directions. Scoot this left hip underneath the glute, and then take another full breath here. Open up through the arms, open up through the chest. Make sure everything is stacked in the center of the body. One more full round of breath. Arms stay exactly how they are, just straighten through that front leg. Press into the ball of the left foot, and then use your inhale to hinge forward. Left hand is going to come down to the shin, the floor, or a block. Right hand extends up or can be placed on the right hip. And use the ribs closest to the floor to rotate up to the ceiling, so then that way you open up through the chest a little bit more. Keep pressing into the ball of the left foot. Remember not to hyperextend through that knee. Take another full breath. Soften through that right shoulder. Look down at the left foot. Start to put a little bend in that left knee. Right hand is going to come down to the floor. Step forward for the right so that the right foot meets the left. Inhale, find a flat back. And then exhale to forward fold. Bring the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Extend the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Roll the weight into the toes. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Belly button pulls closer to the spine. Take a full breath here. Let's release the hands all the way down for the floor. Inhale to find a flat back. Roll the weight into the toes, and then I want you to pull the belly button closer to the spine. Feel the chin slightly tucked. Take another breath in. Exhale to forward fold. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, back into chair pose. Sit the glutes down as low as possible. Shoulders move down away from the ears. Press the balls of the feet into the floor. Back of the neck stays long. Keep bringing the arms somewhere in line with the ears. Sit back a little bit lower in chair. One more breath in. And then inhale or exhale, to stand straight up. Hands come to the heart. Close the eyes. Take a full round of breath here. And just notice where the mind wants to go, how the energy is this morning, how the emotions are. Just take a moment to actually check in with yourself. And then when you're ready, let's blink the eyes open, sweep the arms up, exhale to sit back into chair pose. Sit really, really, really deep. Take another full breath, back of the neck stays long. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back, roll the weight into the toes, reach the head forward, and then exhale to forward fold. Plant the palms, step back, find your plank pose. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath in to grow long through the torso. And then use the exhale to lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Take a full cycle of breath. And then let's inhale, right leg lifts, look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. Spiral the left foot down. Inhale to windmill up into warrior two. Sink down into the front knee. Fingertips extend away from one another. Take a full breath in and out. Straighten through the front leg. Inhale to hinge forward. Exhale, right hand comes down to wherever feels comfortable. Left hand extends up or to the hip. Full cycle of breath in and out. Look down at the right foot. Start to pivot and rotate the hand down. Come to the ball of the foot, step forward. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, find a flat back. Reach the heart forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Drop the sit bones, come into chair pose once again. Drive the balls of the feet down into the floor. Feel the heels rooting down. Take another breath in. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to rise, halfway lift. Find your flat back. And then exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back into plank. Firm the thighs, firm your core. Reach the heart forward. Take a big, deep breath in. And then exhale to lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, zipper the feet. Inhale to find your cobra. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Keep the gaze down. Take another breath in to lift a little bit higher. And then exhale to release. Inhale to tuck the toes, firm the thighs. Exhale with or without the knees back into downward facing dog. Full round of breath. And then inhale, left leg lifts. Look forward, plant the foot. Rotate the right foot down. Make sure that the heel intersects with the back arch. When you're ready, windmill up, find warrior two on the opposite side. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Sink down into the front knee. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take another full breath here. Arms stay exactly how they are. Straighten through the front leg. Inhale to hinge forward. Exhale to bring the left hand down. Right hand extends up. Take a full breath here. Rotate the bottom ribs up to the ceiling. And then you're going to look down. Start to rotate to the ball of the foot. Right hand comes down. Step forward. Right foot next to the left. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to rise back into chair pose. Drop the sit bones, rotate the pinkies in. And then inhale, come to standing. Close the eyes. Take a full cycle of breath here. Just notice how the heart might be beating a little bit faster. Creating a little bit more movement through the joints. And then maybe just a little bit of a moving meditation. Maybe for a moment you weren't thinking about anything except for your breath and the postures. Take a full cycle here. And then keep the eyes closed. Start to bring the weight into the right foot. Come to the big toe on the left foot. And then before you open your eyes, I just want you to think about your drishti, where you want to gaze at. Then when you're ready, open the eyes to find your drishti. When you're ready, lift the left knee in line with the left hip. So earlier in the, or last week, and today's only Monday, last week we came into a figure four. I want us to come back into our tree pose this time. The left foot is going to press to the inside of the right thigh above or below the knee. And then think about the knee, the left knee pointing in the same direction as the hip, so don't open it up too wide. Keep rooting in to the right leg. And then think about you pressing the inner right thigh into the left foot just as much as you're pressing the foot into the thigh. Lift up through the center of the chest. Maybe decide to add the arms. Bring them right alongside the ears. Soften the shoulders down the back. Take a full breath. And then you're going to bring the hands down to the heart. Step the left foot wide. Toes point out. You want us to come into a squat pose. So even if you are just sitting down a little bit and you're just bending the knees, think about chair pose. Think about pressing the booty back, dropping the sit bones. If you can get low, go ahead and try and get low. Elbows come to the inside of the knees. Press the palms together. That's going to help to open up through the chest and the back of the neck. Take a deep breath here. Maybe close the eyes. Breathe deeply into any areas of sensation. And release the hands down to the floor. Inhale to straighten the legs. Shake the hips from side to side. And then feet come back hip width distance apart. Inhale, find your flat back. Reach the heart forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale to rise all the way back up. Palms touch. Press the hips forward. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Eyes stay closed. Weight starts to come into your left foot. Come to the big toe on the right foot. Just make a little kickstand. Root through the left leg. Lift through the center of the chest. And then again, imagine your drishti before you open your eyes. And then when you're ready, find your drishti. Start to bring the right foot above or below the knee joint. Press the foot into the thigh, press the thigh into the foot. Lift through the center of the chest. Soften the muscles in the face. Notice if you are really squinting or tightening the jaw there. And feel the left leg rooting really firmly into the floor. Lift up through the heart. Just notice your balance here today. My balance is very challenged today. Take another breath. Woo. And then anything you want to do with the arms. Maybe bring them right alongside the ears. Soften the shoulders though. Make sure you are not looking at me because I am moving all over the place. Take another breath. And then remember, we're going to step wide. So when you're ready, hands come to the heart. Step that right foot wide, toes point out. Inhale to lift through the heart, and then exhale, squat. Elbows come to the inside with that sun there. Elbows come to the inside of the knees. And I just want you to press into the feet evenly. And then you can release the hands, do whatever feels comfortable to you here. Maybe you hinge forward. You can bring the hands down. You can maybe even bring it into a little twist if you want, and just like extend the arms up to the ceiling. Wherever you are, take a breath though. Let's bring the hands down in front of us. You can step back, find your last plank pose or table pose. Ground the palms into the floor. Nice firm core here. And then inhale, let's rock the shoulders past the wrists. Exhale with control, lower all the way down. So you have the hips can be the last to touch. Untuck the toes, zipper the feet together, press the tops of the feet into the floor, press the pubic bone into the floor, lift through the back of the head. And then you're pressing the palms into the floor as well. Soften the shoulders. Take another full breath here. And then you can go ahead and press into the palms, press back, find a child's pose, or you can roll over onto your back if child's pose doesn't feel good for your knees. And then just rest the forehead down. You can stack the palms flat. You can even rest the head on the forearms if that feels better for you. And then if the low back is talking to you, then you'll want to have the big toes touching and the knees as wide as the mat. Then I want you to take a moment here, just release. Check back in with yourself, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, the emotions, how the body is feeling. Take one more breath. And inhale, come up, stack the spine if you can into hero's pose. If you have a block, you can always put it between the ankles to rest the sit bones on, or you can come to seated and just be in a cross-legged position. I want you to lift up through the center of the chest, shoulder blades pull together behind the back, and then just take a couple of breaths here. Let's go ahead and come onto our sit bones. Extend the legs out in front of us. And then I want you to inhale, sweep the arms up and come into a forward fold. If the legs together come into a forward fold doesn't feel good, then just widen the legs. Reach the heart towards the toes and take a full breath. And then let's inhale, rise all the way up. Start to walk the back onto your mat. And you can have the feet in any comfortable position. So if you want to have the feet wide, if you want to or have the soles of the feet together and the knees wide, or if you want to have the feet as wide as the mat. I just want you to rest the hands on the belly and come back to your breath here. Let the entire back side of the body start to release. You can windshield wiper the knees. And just take a breath here for a moment. One leg at a time, go ahead and extend out. Laying flat on the back. Let's just take a couple of breaths here. When you're ready, let's extend the arms up and overhead. Stretch through the armpits, point and flex through the toes, and then roll over onto your right side. Rest your head on the right arm. Left hand comes to the mat or to the floor. And this is where you pause for a moment to invite gratitude into your practice. On your next inhale, press into the palm. Rise up with the eyes closed. Come into your comfortable seated position. Hands come together in front of the heart. And then stay with this connection to yourself. Maybe throughout the day, check back in with yourself. Truly ask yourself how you're doing. If you can change your perspective, if you can change your attitude. And then take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale to sigh it out. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And a last time. Bigger inhale. And a fuller exhale. When you're ready, blink the eyes open. Put a smile on your face. I hope you take this feeling of gratitude off the mat and into the rest of your day. Thanks for your time today. Thanks, guys, for your time. I hope you had a really great day. I hope that you take this time and you really bring it off the mat and remember that your practice doesn't end at the end of our time. Hope you have a great day again and hope to see you on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Thanks.